Elected to the state Senate in 2013, he represents an area that includes portions of Cherokee and Fulton County. Chairman of the Science and Technology Committee, Secretary of the Transportation Committee, and also a member of the Economic Development and Government Oversight Committees. Greetings, everyone. It's Tuesday, February 25th, 2014, and this is Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. Up to the Tech Talk, Senator Brandon Beach, Georgia State Senator representing District 21. Senator Beach currently serves as the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Greater North Fulton Chamber of Commerce, leading the fourth largest chamber in the metro area. Senator Beach played an integral role in helping North Fulton grow and prosper in his 19 years in Atlanta. Recognized and respected local as well as state leader, he has served on the Public-Private Partnership Committee, elected to the board of the Georgia Department of Transportation, and was appointed to the board of the Georgia Regional Transportation Authority. He is the executive director and one of the founders of the North Fulton Community Improvement District, and is a member of numerous community boards, including the Regional Business Coalition, Grady Hospital Board of Visitors, the Greater Metro Atlanta Heart Association, the Association of Chamber of Commerce Executives, Encore Park, and the historic Roswell Convention and Visitors Bureau. Tino Tech talks the actions and upcoming plans for the Georgia State Senate Science and Technology Committee and its focus on technology issues important to Georgia, with its chairman, visionary thought leader, and longtime respected community and government official, State Senator Brandon Beach. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions.
Senator Beach, thank you for joining me on Tech Talk today.
Thanks for having me.
So it's great to have a good friend of technology and of our communities in the Senate seat. And not only that, but leading the Senate Science and Technology Committee, and we really appreciate that you're doing this. So I know you have some ideas regarding, as the chairman of this committee, how to keep a focus on for the state of Georgia on science and technology. What are some of the issues that you're looking at?
Well, first and foremost, Tino, I want to thank you for all you do with TAG. Y'all are a great organization that really puts technology at the forefront. But what we're trying to do is, I was on that committee last year as vice chairman. It was my first year in the Senate, and we only met one time, didn't really do much, to be honest with you. And I made the decision when I was fortunate enough to be named chairman to make this committee relevant, and not only relevant, it needs to be relevant because of the technology companies we have. In my district alone, I have over 900 technology companies up the 400 corridor. So one of the things I want to make sure, and with this committee we want to work towards, is to make sure we're on the cutting edge of technology and innovation, 5, 10, 15 years down the road, and that also we have the workforce trained to be able to fill these technology jobs, because even the manufacturing now has become high tech. So we need to make sure we have these employees trained for the employers, or if we get that reputation, people won't come here, and we need to make sure we have the workforce for them. So we're working with our technical schools and so on to make sure, and Georgia Tech, to make sure we have these jobs fulfilled.
Yeah, you and I have talked about that. It's a big challenge. Right now we have about 4,000 jobs open, but I think with a focus on it, getting the tech colleges and the schools, even the K through 12, to embrace more of the technology field, even programming and computer science, is going to go a long way. How about state government? Could they do a better job when it comes to science and technology in respect to, you're looking at legislation and regulations? I know there's a few things on the docket this year.
Well, I think, the biggest thing I think we can do is make sure we're investing in our infrastructure, number one, to make sure that whatever the latest, greatest infrastructure is, that we are investing in that, number one. Number two, I really believe what the Lieutenant Governor is doing with Invest Georgia. It's not just solely technology, but it's a fund to help keep companies here that are incubated here out of Georgia Tech or Georgia or Emory or one of our higher institutions of learning, that we keep them here and they don't have to go to Boston or Silicon Valley or Austin, Texas. They can stay here, and because a lot of things are being conceived in our higher education facility. So, you take, for example, just last week we had Google Glasses here, and I didn't even know at the time that the guy that really invented that was from Georgia Tech.
Right.
And went to California and worked on that project for 2 years with Google, and look where we're at. So, we need to make sure we're keeping those great ideas here and then increasing jobs here.
Right, and that's a $100 million investment fund for those listeners that haven't heard about this, and it would be for early stage and growth stage companies to help them stay in Georgia. So, that's
which a lot of those would be technology companies.
Exactly.
If you really, those are going to be the companies that are at the forefront from here on out.
Let's switch gears a little bit. From a standpoint as an elected official, what's the best way to reach your district or elected officials beyond your district when concerned people want to talk about legislation or an issue that they might have?
Well, it's two ways. One, well, really three. You can come down to the Capitol and meet with us, or you can email us. And I will tell you, more and more senators like myself have their cell phone on their website, and all information I have has my cell phone on it, because I have it with me all the time, and if someone needs to talk to me, I like talking by the cell phone, so that helps a lot.
Well, I know you're extremely responsive, too, and I know your constituents appreciate that. And let's end switching gears again from a standpoint of looking to the future. I know you and I have talked about, and I think you're going to have some folks maybe from Georgia Tech or maybe one of the other schools come in and talk about drones and driverless vehicles and some of those things that you're going to have to be, I think, wrestling with in the future. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, actually, it's funny you say that. Josh McCoon, Senator McCoon from Columbus, just dropped a bill. We'll hear it in committee. I have not had a chance to even see it. It just got dropped the other day and got assigned to our committee. And it's dealing with the driverless cars and legislation towards that. So I don't know that we'll actually take action on it, but we will have a hearing on it next Monday at our committee meeting at 4 o'clock, and to talk about the issues facing that. There's all kind of issues that could come before us with those type of new inventions. Can a person read the paper while the car is driving?
Right.
Those type of things. And
or
can they text message if they're not really driving, the car's driving itself. So,
right.
There's some things we gotta anticipate, and and I'm not sure what the bill actually entails, but we've had a presentation from Georgia Tech on the automated car, the driverless car, and then we've got another presentation, not this Monday coming up, but the following, on the drones, because that's a real issue too.
Yeah, the technology, I would guess, is moving so fast it's hard to keep up with the legislation, but I think our state is at least starting to address these issues and think about them.
Well, we are, and we're also looking at them from an economic development standpoint. If this driverless car, for example, some of those components may be able to be manufactured in Georgia, and we need to make sure we're going after those jobs. And there again, at the cutting edge of technology, make sure we're there. But I'll tell you, Tina, we just are going to rely on you a lot too to bring us up-to-date information, because you know what's going on all over the country, and your organization stays on top of all the technology issues. And our goal is, quite frankly, as you and I have talked, we want to go from number 8 in the country. We want to be in the top 5. I'd like to be in the top 3 from a standpoint of technology jobs and technology companies here in our state.
Well, that's a great goal, Senator, and you and I will be joining hands on that, and we'll in the next few years, I'm sure we'll make that a reality. So, thank you for joining me on Tech Talk today, and the work that you do for the state of Georgia.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for all you do. Thank you very much.